This is a CBS2 News update. I'm Mary Calvi. Here's what's happening in the news developing now. The United Nations Security Council is meeting this morning to talk about the violence in the Gaza Strip. This as funeral processions begin for those who died. The Gaza Health Ministry says nearly 60 Palestinians were killed yesterday during protests along the border. Thousands more were hurt. The White House is blaming Hamas for the violence, and the Israeli military says it launched airstrikes targeting a camp run by Hamas. Yesterday was the deadliest day in Gaza in the past 4 years. And happening today, closing arguments in the trial of former Nassau County Executive Ed Mangano and former Oyster Bay Supervisor John Bandito. They're accused of taking bribes from restaurant mogul Harendra Singh in exchange for government contracts. Mangano's wife, Linda, is charged with obstruction of justice. The manhunt for a New Rochelle High School student accused of stabbing a classmate in school last January is over. The FBI caught up with Brian Stamps and his grandfather's home in Alabama. He is expected to be extradited back here to New York. This isn't Stamps' first brush with the law. 2 years ago, he was arrested for stabbing another student outside Isaac E. Young Middle School. He was given a 2-year term of probation for that incident. Rap star and entertainment mogul Jay-Z is expected to appear today at federal court in Manhattan to answer questions from the Securities and Exchange Commission. The SEC says it is investigating the Iconics brand group. Jay-Z sold his Rockaware apparel brand to Iconics more than 10 years ago. Lawyers for Jay-Z say the SEC has gone on a celebrity witch hunt by demanding that he submit to unlimited questioning about his various business interests. New information, the city's Landmark Preservation Committee has just voted to classify Coney Island's iconic boardwalk as a scenic landmark. With the designation, the boardwalk will never be torn down and would have to be repaired if damaged or destroyed by the storm. American Airlines is cracking down on animals boarding its flights. The airline saying it will start contacting health professionals to verify notes about animals being used for emotional support. There are also new behavioral guidelines mandating the animals be kept on a leash or harness throughout the flight, and some animals are being banned altogether, among them insects, goats, and hedgehogs. The move comes after the number of passengers traveling with comfort animals has been soaring in recent years. And now let's get to your forecast. Here's John Elliott.
Well, thank you, Mary. The temps are going to be soaring this afternoon. Pretty right now, 11 o'clock observation, 75. Whoa! Winds are variable at 3. So these year temperatures, already we've hit 80 at the Jersey Shore. Quite a bit cooler out on the east end, 66. But compared to yesterday, 5, 10, 15, 20, 24 degrees warmer. Dew points are up a lot. You feel the humidity, don't you? So, yeah, we're waiting. Right now, it's just filtered, hazy sun, even still have a little lingering fog. But the front is off to the north and west. Some storms already percolating. The concern is going to be the possibility of some isolated strong to severe storms this afternoon. Watch what the models do right during the busy commute hours through 7 o'clock. That's when we see this line of showers with thunderstorms. That will push through, but it's a stationary front, so it starts to back up. And we see more showers back in the area Wednesday on and off. Could even see an isolated thunderstorm on Wednesday, too. Don't think the storms will be as widespread tomorrow as they likely will be today, because it won't be as warm tomorrow. There's a lot of instability in the air today, so please exercise caution this afternoon. After the noon show, I'll do a Facebook Live on my page just to kind of go through the timing of this. But it's going to be kind of rock and roll weather this afternoon. Mary? All
right, Sean, thanks so much. And happening today, an asteroid thought to be the size of a city block will zoom by the Earth, coming the closest it's been in 300 years. The gigantic rock is expected to come within 126,000 miles of the U.S. That's about halfway to the moon. Asteroid 2010, WC9, as it is known, won't be visible to the naked eye, but London's Northolt Branch Observatories will be live streaming its passing on its Facebook page. The space rock is set to make its approach around 6:05 tonight. Scientists say there is no danger to worry about. Well, one of the best ways to protect your digital information is to have a secure password. But it can be difficult to remember a complicated set of letters, numbers, and characters. CBS News' Daniel Nottingham shows us how to make it easier.
For most of us, passwords are a pain.
I do not have a good password. I've had the same 3 passwords for the past, 10 years.
And it's a common problem. A report from Splash Data last year found the 2 most popular passwords were password and 123456. But you're not going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
No, I'm like, no, that's too easy. I might do like 6, 7, 8, but no.
We went to Google to find out how they handle passwords.
Google has gotten rid of some of the things that are still thought of as best practices elsewhere, like forcing you to rotate your password every few months.
Mark Risher is Google's Director of Product Management and says you should come up with unique and complicated passwords.
The best advice for passwords is actually to use a different one on every site.
Instead of putting capital letters at the beginning and numbers at the end, mix it up to make it harder for hackers to guess.
I have insane passwords that no one would ever crack.
Shane Brady came up with his own unique system after having his identity stolen.
I make acronyms and I throw numbers of hockey players into my passwords.
But it can be hard to keep track of that, so Risher recommends a password manager that can remember them for you. It's also good to set up two-tier authentication, which usually involves a text or app. A code is sent to your device and you type it in as an extra security step.
That's probably the best way that your viewers can protect themselves, is by adding that second factor.
If you want to go a step further, you can also purchase a security key. When you try to log into a site, your phone or computer detects the device, and with a tap, you can confirm it's you and not a hacker trying to log in. Danielle Nottingham, CBS News.
And that's your CBS2 News Update. Join us in just a moment for a live Facebook after show.